the top stories, Water Department warns the public to not attack workers. Autopsy performed on Cameroonian drowning victims, and Premier Brantley speaks on geothermal energy projects. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Frozen fruits and vegetables get a bad rap. Because they are frozen doesn't mean they are not nutritious. Many frozen fruits and vegetables actually retain more nutrients than when they are eaten fresh. Using frozen fruits and vegetables is about convenience. Best of all, they last longer and they cost less. Look for the Island Garden brand at your favorite supermarket or call 662-0909 to place an order today. At Island Garden, we assure you that our products are locally grown and nutritiously sealed.
It's all about the glam with stylish new frames from Quartz Optical. Shop today for up to 50% off and pay nothing for 30 days. Book now at www.quartzoptical.com. Get the look you want at the price you need. Plus, at Quartz Optical, our eye exams are always free. So what are you waiting for? Come down and get glam with up to 50% off selected frames. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The Water Services Department is warning the general public that it is an offense to interfere with department workers while in the course of their duties. According to a release issued on Friday afternoon, the department is alarmed over a recent incident in which one of the workers was attacked by an angry customer while in the process of providing a service connection. The department said, quote, "We wish to emphasize that there is zero tolerance for such and that we intend to ensure that this matter is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law," end quote. Under the Watercourse and Waterworks Act, it is against the law to, quote, "resist, obstruct, molest, or assault any member of the Water Services Department in the course of his or her duties," end quote. The penalty for such an offense is up to 6 months imprisonment. The management of the Water Services Department seeks the full cooperation and compliance of everyone. The police have released the autopsy results of the 3 Cameroonian nationals who died when the boat they were traveling on capsized in March. The autopsies were performed in April on the 19th and 21st by District Medical Pathologist Dr. Adrian Nunez and Dr. Nautica Philip. Both the doctors concluded that Derek Anga Azia, Verdo Morfor, and Zita Bertrand died of technical asphyxiation due to drowning. According to reports, in the early morning hours of March 28, 2023, the St. Kitts and Nevis Coast Guard aided in the sea rescue of 15 Cameroonians from a boat that had capsized. Azia, Morfor, and Bertrand were the 3 deceased among the rescued. Premier of Nevis, Honorable Mark Brantley, was a panelist at the 15th Annual Caribbean Renewable Energy Forum, CREF, on Thursday, where he spoke on the Nevis Geothermal Energy Project and the island's agenda with respect to renewable energy. The 2023 edition of the CREF is underway in Miami, Florida, with over 400 policymakers, developers, financiers, and investors from across energy, climate, finance, technology, and industry in attendance. Premier Brantley was among 6 presenters at CREF's annual ministerial, where regional leaders explored how national strategies need to evolve and adapt in light of the current global energy dynamic, the pressing need to decarbonization, and the drive for energy security. According to CREF, this year, the 3-day event was one of the largest thus far, with national leaders across multiple jurisdictions bringing delegates up to speed on progress, milestones, and opportunities for investment and engagement in the renewable energy sector. Nevis recently closed the bidding process for the production well drilling phase of its geothermal project. With more than 100 inquiries, the bids are now being evaluated. The NIA anticipates the evaluation process will last approximately 6 months, and drilling is anticipated to begin within 6 months from the signing of the contract. The role of the St. Christopher Air and Seaport Authority, SCASPA, is to facilitate economic trade locally, regionally, and internationally through the movement of goods, ships, people, and aircrafts. That's according to Operations Officer at the RLP International Airport, Athnel Jordan, during his appearance on ZIZ Radio's program Policing With You on Thursday. Mr. Jordan outlined that SCASPA oversees various areas of the airport and seaport in collaboration with other agencies and stakeholders.
The entire facility, which is the airport and the seaport, it belongs to SCASPA.
Oh.
But there are other agencies who are involved in ensuring that the day-to-day operations of our ports is paramount and adequate.
Okay.
So we need the customs, because the customs deal with border control, checking of goods upon arrivals and departure.
Yes.
We need immigration, because we have persons going back and forth. They need to do their checks before they allow persons to enter or leave. We have the fire and rescue services at the airport. And these are necessary within SCASPA's facility to ensure that we can maintain those jets that you see coming here on a day-to-day basis, because without the fire department at the airport, we won't be able to accept certain sizes of flights.
Part of the responsibility of SCASPA is to safeguard against threats to the Federation's ports, and in an effort to fulfill that mandate, Jordan explained that SCASPA is required to comply with the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code, ISPS, which is a framework through which ships and port facilities can cooperate to detect and deter acts which pose a threat to maritime security. He explained how ISPS code came about and how it is being implemented.
This came about based on 9/11. I mean, you might say, well, 9/11 had to do with planes.
Yes.
But, you know, if you're going to be attacking me by air, which might be a little more difficult, then the next thing might be the sea.
Yes.
And so the ISPS code was implemented, introduced to ensure that the attacks that we are getting by air do not spill over to the sea.
To the sea.
Yes. So then the ports now, after signing on to these conventions, had to develop port plans and appoint PFSOs, which is the Port Facility Security Officer.
Officers.
The ships have to get SSOs, which is the Ship Security Officer, because all of these are requirements. And these persons or entities are responsible for ensuring that all of the provisions of the ISPS code are implemented and met at all times.
Jordan also stated that the ports undergo regular inspections on the local and international level to ensure that they are operating at the highest standard.
Inspections generally are to ensure compliance, and we're speaking about the ISPS code.
Yes.
To ensure compliance with the ISPS code and also the regulation 7.05. Okay, so we have the entity here, which is the Maritime Department, who is responsible for doing inspections and audits of the procedures that we implement here, but that's locally. We also have the PFSO, who is responsible for ensuring that the officers performing duty are performing up to standard.
Yes.
And then maybe annually we will have a visit from the U.S. Coast Guard, who will come to check us from an international standpoint to ensure that we are compliant with international standard and that we are implementing the ISPS code as we should.
He added that the airport is also regularly inspected and audited by a number of organizations, including the Civil Aviation Division, SCASPA, the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Organization, the Transportation Security Administration based in the U.S., and the International Civil Aviation Organization. After the break, reduced VAT Day held on Friday and World Day of Safety in the Workplace observed. Stay with us.
Here are your Hospital's Value Mart IGA specials.
Running April 20th to May 3rd.
Now your Value Club Blue Tax specials. Nature Valley granola bars just $13.49. Palm cooking sprays $13.49. Chef Warrior decanned pastas and micro pastas just $5.99. Essential everyday canned fruits $8.99. Banquet ground and served breakfast sausages $8.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Cereals, just $9.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals! Kind cereal bars, $6.99. Post Honey Bunches of Oats and Pebble cereals, family size, $16.99. Hammer toothpaste, $12.99. IG and Essential Everyday Frozen Vegetables, $5.99. Old Orchard Apple Juice, $8.99. Orville Red and Boca Popcorn, $9.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
It's a sore throat. I'll write a prescription and see the nurse regarding the MMR vaccine.
I heard on social media that the COVID-19 vaccine came in a container with the MMR label on it.
Measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine is in the vial, no other.
True?
We can't betray our parents' trust. St. Kitts and Nevis has always had an impressive immunization history.
But these diseases aren't around now.
Yes, our borders are open to all kinds of diseases that negatively affect our children and elders.
I never thought about that.
Today, you have a choice whether you get vaccinated. So, you want to continue?
Yes, doctor.
I want to be protected.
Check your doctor or the Ministry of Health to get the information on immunization against childhood diseases, including HPV and polio, and COVID-19 vaccine for elderly persons and persons living with non-communicable diseases.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Welcome back. Downtown Bastille was buzzing with activity on Friday as shoppers took to the streets to take advantage of the savings on reduced VAT day. Announced earlier this month, on reduced VAT day, shoppers will pay 5% value-added tax instead of the regular 17% on goods that qualify at participating businesses. Some companies added their own discount on top of the VAT reduction to entice shoppers as well. The announcement of the April reduced VAT day fell in line with the government's earlier promise to have 3 reduced VAT days per year. The intention is to encourage more nationals to shop locally and stimulate the national economy. On Friday, St. Kitts and Nevis joined countries around the world to observe World Day for Safety and Health at Work. This year, the day is being observed under the theme, A Safe and Healthy Working Environment, a Fundamental Right. Minister of Employment and Labor, Honorable Masha Henderson, marked the occasion with a national address where she underscored the need for strong safety policies that ensure a safe working environment for all stakeholders. She urged employers to make workplaces safe a top priority.
Employers, in short, the responsibility largely rests on your shoulders to provide a safe working environment for all. As such, our employees must be equipped with the necessary tools and training to safely discharge their duties. The environment must be reflective of adherence to safety guidelines. Any commitment to safety in the workspace is guaranteed to save lives and must therefore be a #1 priority.
She also reminded employees of their role in ensuring a safe workplace.
Employees too must recognize that they too are responsible and should at all times ensure safe practices and display responsible behavior. Employees should follow all rules and guidelines, report work hazards in a timely manner, and work towards a safe environment for themselves and others within the workplace.
Minister Henderson spoke of the importance of all stakeholders collaborating to ensure workplace safety, saying, quote, "Working together, we can all ensure that our fundamental right to safety in the workplace is guaranteed," end quote. Dr. Terence Martin, finance expert and national of St. Kitts and Nevis, was the lead financial literacy consultant in Grenada over the past few weeks as the country transitions to fortnightly payment of salaries for civil workers. A similar move in St. Kitts and Nevis is expected by summer of this year, according to the ruling St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration. In a video interview, Dr. Martin spoke of a few of the topics discussed in Grenada and the benefits of switching to fortnightly payments.
The point of the seminars is to basically, one, create financial awareness, create financial knowledge, because a lot of the financial mistakes that we observe is a lack of financial knowledge. The fear, though understandable, it actually could be a good thing in going to fortnightly, because what happens then is that, for example, somebody with a loan, instead of making one payment a month, could make 2 payments a month, cut that payment in half. And because of this process called time value of money and understanding compound interest, they would realize that over time they actually pay less in interest and they will pay off that loan faster. So that's some of the topics that we're talking about.
Virtual and in-person sessions were held, and topics included the psychology of money, understanding how to set smart financial goals, compound interest, and the time value of money. Dr. Martin also warned against the high cost of borrowing money while advocating for the common man to be able to invest easily.
But also too, when it comes to borrowing, right, high cost of borrowing is a thing. We've seen the rise of payday loan companies in the Caribbean. Why? Because they fill a needed space. People need access to capital. And on a regional scale, we need to find ways in which to make capital less expensive. We could liken this to some of our Asian counterparts, where their governments make access to capital a lot easier. And obviously, with small developing countries, we don't have the similar resources. However, we have to find ways in which to make the cost of locals doing business more attractive, right? Because a business is an investment. A business is an investment.
He also gave tips for persons to make better financial decisions.
Let's talk about money. Let's break this ridiculous cycle where we tell our kids, oh, you think I make a money? Cash money don't grow on trees. Explain where money actually grows from, and explain that this is the importance of school. You go to school, you learn, so you come to the job market and then you exchange your human capital for financial capital, because that's what education and experience is. Then you're paid financial capital, and then now we have a decision to make every step. Do you spend $1 or do you save $1? And what's the implication each way? Understand the psychology of money. Understand why one parent is a spender and one parent is a saver. We have to start young. Investing $1 at 20 is more powerful than investing $1 at 35. Learn about compound interest. Download the Easy Calculator app. Learn about time value of money. There's an app called Blue Coins, and Blue Coins is a powerful tool just to visualize our financial position.
He said persons should not wait until it's too late to pay attention to their finances, or wait until something happens to act. With more than 150 entries submitted for the Independence 40 theme competition, the general public is being reminded of the April 30th deadline. On Wednesday's edition of the radio and television program In Focus, Vera Galloway, co-chair of the Independence Planning Committee, stated that the virtual competition has been well received so far and encouraged more persons to submit their entries. According to organizers, the theme must capture the essence of the country's 40-year history of independence, as well as its current realities and standard for a shared future. Entries must be 6 to 8 words and memorable. The winner of the Independence theme competition will receive a cash prize of $1,500 and other prizes. Submissions must be emailed to independenceskn@gmail.com. Coming up in regional news, Venezuelan migrants demand